Hello, Charlie TCG here, and happy Twilight Masquerade Release Day. Today I'm going to break down my top 5 competitive picks for the Twilight Masquerade format. I'm going to look at the decks that performed the best in Japan, looking at the City League result, as well as also the Champions Leagues as well. Kind of break down exactly what I think some of the best decks right now, and hopefully the most informative way to really get you in the mood before NEIC in just a few weeks' time. And hopefully you're going to have a good threshold exactly what are the best decks right now in Twilight Masquerade. Now, my number 5 pick actually goes to Gholdengo EX, and this deck here, I've actually grown to have a new appreciation for this one. And again, you saw my mastering video, and that's exactly what made me really fall back in love with Gholdengo EX. It's so powerful. You can see in Japan, overall in Twilight Masquerade format, it was 4.4 of the meta share in the City Leagues. And the Champions League, obviously, it did get second place, as well as also top 4 as well. And the City Leagues as well did very, very well overall. I think Gholdengo is in a really good position. And I think, I've definitely won over by the likes of Monkey Dory, and I think it's a really good mainstay for Gholdengo. Being able to move 3 damage counters from one of your guys to one of your opponent's guys is really, really powerful if it's got a dinosaur attached to Monkey Dory. I think that's a really good way around it. It's a way to protect the likes of Curliers, Gholdengo from not being easy KO for the likes of Dragapult, but also can move around any of your damage counters from the likes of Drifloon or Screamtail, potentially to attach more energies to them. Now, I think this deck here is a very, very good inclusion one. I still have definitely gone to the Luxurious Escape and Bravery Charm because I think they're really, really good inclusion. You have multiple ways to damage output your Drifloon and Screamtail. I think it's really good. But to me, I definitely think it should be a mainstay because it's stopping the likes, even like the Diplin, so it's also the likes of Iron Thorn. So some of these rogue archetypes, but having a one Pokemon could slow down nearly multiple of your opponent's Pokemon is really, really strong. Unfair Stamp is definitely the more superior aspect in my opinion, because I think it's better than Hyper Aroma, because you really want to disrupt your opponent one. Counter Catcher plus Unfair Stamp could be really, really strong, especially when you can have the likes of an Arvin to search out for multiple other item cards you might require. Collapse Stadium, Churro, and Power Pad is a really good way to constantly utilize the effect around, remove your Gholdengo EX from play, but also still have ways to kind of like get it back as well, which I think is a really good inclusion. I think Gholdengo is in a very, very good position right now. Can kind of go a little bit toe-to-toe with the likes of Dragapult by having that healing factor. Could in fact still run the likes of Cresselia as other Protectorates of choice, but I think this is a nice build and it's exactly where I'm at now with Gholdengo. Number 4 pick actually goes to Lost Tina. This deck is doing incredibly well in the Twilight Masquerade format, getting a few top 8, top 16, and multiple City League wins as well. I think this is one of the best way to play Lost Zone, one of the best other decks out there to really go toe-to-toe with the likes of Dragapult. Nothing really gained or really sort of like changed too much in the previous format, but I still think Unfair Stamp and Blood Luna are big mainstays in the deck. If from the likes of Charizard definitely fallen from grace, like it's definitely not as strong as it once was, you've no need to play Iron Leaves in the deck here, so why not play Bloodless Luna? You get basically attack for free if your opponent it's only got 1 price left to take, which is really, really strong, and also 260 HP could be very, very difficult for anyone to really deal with. You also play the likes of Unfair Stamp, because like I mentioned before, in multiple ways as well. This plus even likes of Counter Catcher, you can even run Colress as well. There are so many really, really powerful things, and Unfair Stamp just works so well in guaranteeing to really disrupt any of your opponent's sort of line of play. You still play the likes of Water Raiders for a Greninja because I think it's a really good one as well to include. Some people are running the likes of Casting Clones, so potentially could this be a good inclusion to play? Should we be starting to put in this way to really attack with Rain Greninja? But if you're playing that one, definitely the more the likes of the Prime Catch would be a much more better inclusion. I really like this build about Lost Tina. I think Lost Tina is in a very, very good position going into the format. Plus, you also can have a decent match against Dragapult. You can go pretty much toe-to-toe a little bit of likes of Miraidon, as well as also any of the other decks as well, which one of the top picks as well. I think Lost Tina is in a very good spot going into this new format. It always is, definitely. Now number 3 pick goes to Miraidon. Obviously, the deck did incredibly well and ended up winning the Champions League. And you can see it also got top 8, top 16, and City League as well. Definitely had it was definitely a late bloomer, if you know what I mean. Like it did a huge sort of uptake in the end of the Twilight Masquerade format because it's just so good. It has a really, really good Dragapult matchup. And I quite like this one. Miraidon was definitely dead for a few seasons, for definitely a few rotations, but now it's back with a huge vengeance because it has such a good Dragapult matchup. Why is it such a good Dragapult matchup? Well, if you can get a turn 1 Iron Hands, if you're going second, your opponent has to like properly try and find a way to really respond to this one. It's Dragapult one, but you're playing Prime Catch, you're playing Heavy Council, Bossorders, you're playing Iron Bundle, you're playing so many ways to like just around any of your opponent's side. So effectively, that's exactly how you win the Dragapult matchup. Get a turn 1 Iron Hands going second and try and go to your opponent. Deal with this. They can't deal with this one, so you instantly win a matchup as well. But if they do, you have Raichu V to really be there to respond KO with that really good ability as well. Dynamic Charge. You have Heavy Baton to really preserve your energies, and you play so many other ones as well. I really like Tatsugiri. I think Tatsugiri is an amazing inclusion in Miraidon, pretty much making sure you can search for your Arva and your research, your boss's orders on the active spot as well, instead of relying on the likes of a Pokégear, which is a really, really key card, especially in this sort of a matchup as well. Plus, Chuck of Rescue, board on attach with one. Now it's got free retreat, which is really, really strong as well. Radiant Greninja has definitely fallen its way back into Miraidon because you kind of want, like, you're playing so many energies as well. You might as well kind of discard one to draw into any of the cards you might potentially need. I like Mew EX. It actually works with heavy battle as well, so you actually get an attack, can really help you in the likes of Lost Zone decks, or if you can utilize the likes, you can attack any of their Radiant Greninja. Also in Lost Tina, you can attack the likes of their Giratina V 3-stars, plus also in Dragapult as well, by utilizing the attack as well. I really think Miraidon is in such a good spot because it has such a powerful Dragapult matchup, plus also a really good Lugia matchup as well, which in fact is my number 2 pick as well. You're kind of seeing a theme here that what deck might not in fact be making the top 5, which I will talk about very soon as well. But Lugia is what I put in my number 2 spot because it's just so powerful. It gained so many good things. Already people would thought, oh, it's really, really good with Cinccino added now into this one, the Minccino line. But now it's the embedded legacy energy. We can see it got top 4, top 16 spots it's had in the previous Champions League, which is so, so powerful. And just look at that City League results as well. Doing incredibly well in the Twilight Masquerade format, being 14.2% of the metagame as well. Now, my list is very similar to the top 4 list as well, but I think you have to have multiple Kami's because it is so, so powerful, that Kami attack support it is. You can even use it on your first turn, going first as well, discarding your hand and drawing 5. A way for you to really see a lot more cards as well, get rid of some Archeops and then discard pile quite early on, which I think is a really good and huge must. I'm playing a heavy count Mist Energy because you want to protect your guys, your Archeops, your Mincinos and Cincinos, because you don't want to have any of them be easy killed from like the Dragapult. That's why we're opting to play a 70 HP one, but still always want to have that cool family because it's just that good of an attack. Pretty much getting any of your Lugias or even more Mincinos out, it's such a good attacking option. Still playing the Brilliant Earth Luna and the Iron Hands because Legacy Energy is just a very, very good inclusion. You can utilize the likes of Luminion in early game to take a prize card that way and shuffle it into the deck as well to really utilize it again with the likes of an Iron Hands. So I think that's a really good inclusion as well. Captain and Metagosa are in fact my stadium cards of choice, but you can still opt to play the likes of Jamming Tower to slow down any of your opponents and tool cards as well, especially giving you a bit of an up in the likes of Gardevoir matchup as well. I think Lugia is in a very good position as well, definitely help you in the likes of Dragapult, but I still think Dragapult is a little bit more favoured, especially for my testing as well. But Brilliant Luna always a huge pack of a punch and very difficult for it to be dealt with from Dragapults as well, and really good in the late game as well, or whenever your opponent takes any prize cards as well. Lugia is in such a good dominant position, but not as dominant as the likes of Dragapult. And yes, this is the Xatu build, and I think it's the most superior build of the deck. Just look how powerful it has been. 51 wins and 151 top 8s. That is an insane number in just a few weeks. It was actually legal over there in Japan in the Champions League, in the City League. 23.8%, a top 4, a top 8. Dragapult is, sorry, 2 top 8. Dragapult really hit the metagame by storm and is so powerful. And definitely really, I've outlined that the Xatu build is the most superior and best version to play. And that's the build I've been testing as well. I actually posted this list a few last week on my channel, and I think it's a really, really good one. It hasn't really changed too much. I really like having the 2-2 Xatu line because I think it worked really well for the TM evolution as well. Kind of like your ideal turn 1. If you're going second, you want to get your Arvin out, get your Buddy Poppins, but obviously that TM Evo to really get a Evolve out, get maybe a Xatu out, get some Dracloaks if possible, and it just works super, super well. This deck plus play Temple of Sinnoh plus Enhanced Summon, you'll have multiple ways to get rid of the likes of Mist Energy. If any of the decks will start to play Mist Energy, like Charizard and most specifically likes of Lugia, try and remove them as well because you want to spread your damage counters around. So getting rid of them is a really, really good must as well. Clap Stadium as well as my other stadium card of choice because I already removed my liabilities. Rotom B, Luminion B, get rid of them. Definitely the best way around this one as well. But you can see here, sports line is a little bit thin, but I'm very much a huge fan of this one. Notable as well, like Andrew Mahone made an incredibly good point on the stream a few weeks ago. Pretty much said like you don't want to discard that many things. That's why Ultra Ball is so little in this deck. Similar like Rare Candy is exactly like Gardevoir once was. You want to kind of draw into your package. You want to discard anything because so many of these cards here are so crucial for your prize mapping as well. And your energy cards are so thin as well. You always want to have the energy attached with the psychic one to attach with the likes of Xatu and the fire energy for attachment for 10. Now you might go, where's Charizard? Why have you not put Charizard in Dragapult? Me personally, for my testing, I haven't really found Charizard to be that impressive in the Twilight Masquerade format. I think it's definitely trying to catch up a lot by trying to keep up to the likes of Dragapult. But also, I think Charizard in Dragapult, I made a very good key point about it on looking ahead video. It can really kind of like be a limitation at times. You have to like try and reuse it multiple times, really get a big full effect on this one. But I honestly think that this deck is a very fun sort of way to play this one. And I think Dragapult could in fact keep up the pressure in so many ways around this one. And that's why I think it's definitely the best deck to play right now. It's definitely going to be up there. A lot of people are going to say it's the best deck right now. You're going to see a lot of Dragapult love. And obviously, I'm working on my Dragapult mastering video as well. There's been quite a lot of testing with Dragapult now. I'm really understanding the deck a lot more. And that video should hopefully be ready in the next week or so, definitely before NEIC. So I'm very grateful and thank you so much for all the support on that as well. So, hope you guys have enjoyed this video as well. If you have, please remember to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Do you agree with my placements? Do you think Dragapult is the best deck as well? Or do you think like some Lugia and Miraidon is a lot more superior? And should even Charizard actually have made the list as well? If you enjoyed the video, like I said, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in a few days' time. Bye for now.